All right, everyone, welcome to another flashlight video. I hope everyone's doing well with this coronavirus we're all going through. So best wishes to everyone. Please stay safe and all that good stuff. So this is another flashlight video. Powertac, an American company located in Raleigh, North Carolina, was kind enough to send me this just on the last day they could operate before they had to lock down or shut down. So I was very thankful to them for them to reach out to me and send me this flashlight to review for you guys. And I'm very excited to also work with a company that's a quality manufacturer here in America. Nothing against the Chinese manufacturers and those around the world. It's just nice to have an American manufacturer here producing high quality flashlights. So very nice for them to send me this and reach out to me. So we're reviewing the Powertac E9R Generation 4, and we'll do a close-up here. And we'll go through all the specs as I normally do, but I'll just show you what the box says. I like the no hassle lifetime warranty. I'll show you the side of the flashlight there. Shows some of the other things here. So we'll go all through this. This is really cool. It's got magnetic charging and micro USB. So it's the first time I've seen this in a flashlight where it'll do both. You can remove this and access the micro USB just in case you don't have the magnetic USB cable to charge it with you. So I thought that was pretty neat. So again, we're going to be going through all this just so you know. So anyway, let's go ahead and open it up and see what we get in the box, and then we'll start going through all the specs. Again, a big shout out to Powertac for sending this to me. Let's make sure we get everything out of the box here. All right, looks like we did. Let's set the box aside. All right, you get a Powertac. I'm assuming this is the manual, so we'll open this up. Check it out here. Nice little envelope there. You get a couple spare O-rings and another big ring, a keychain ring. Okay, and you also have a smaller one there. And it looks like you have a spare cover for the magnetic charger port, and I'll show you that a little bit here. Let's see how to request a warranty. Focus in there. Okay. How to register online for the warranty. Get a Powertac sticker. Very nice. Let's see what else you get. Oh, sorry, I got two Powertac stickers. You got a thing about the battery here. Okay. Telling you to recommend the 18650 battery. And then you have the manual. Sorry, my camera does not like to focus in very quickly. Show this here, that way you can pause it if you wish to read it. But again, we'll be going through most of this. So just FYI. Disclaimer, warranty disclaimer, warranty claims. And you got on the back side more information, flashlight features. All right. You also get a holster. And just FYI, this holster can be a little bit tight when you first put the flashlight in there. And I spoke to them, and they recommend you actually heat this up a little bit so the plastic will better form around the flashlight, and then you'll have a smooth way to put it in there. It's got a little belt clip on there. It's a very solid plastic, very solid ABS type plastic, I'm assuming. Seems to be very well made. This is the magnetic charger cable, of course USB. You also get a lanyard. All right. And let's go ahead and pop the flashlight out here, and we'll talk about the specs and everything. And we'll take a quick look at it. Now, first impression on picking this up, the knurling on this is extremely, extremely grippy. It's probably the grippiest of all the flashlights I've ever done on the channel. So if you're holding this in your hand, or you're you're holding it with a glove, this is not going to come out of your hand very easily because this knurling is extremely grippy, very, very grippy. All right, so that's the magnetic charging port, and again, below there, if you pull this out, is the micro USB port, okay? All right. And you got a little clip there. You got a little ring here to hold the lanyard. You have a side switch, and you have a tail switch, okay? The nice thing is you can, it does have memory, and you can access strobe instantly and in whatever setting you want, either momentarily or on, okay? It's got a really aggressive strike bezel on this thing. I don't know if you can see that, but it's definitely a bit sharp. Not like a knife, but it definitely, if you had to use this as a self-defense item, it would definitely do some damage to the person or animal or whatever you're trying to defend from. So just an FYI there. So anyway, let's go through some of the specs here on this flashlight while I got it here held in my hand. So it uses a CREE XHP 50 LED. Max lumens outputs 2,550 lumens. So 2,550 lumens is this pretty compact tactical flashlight. Pretty awesome there. You got the tactical tail switch with the integrated side switch like I showed you. We'll go through that in the UI. It has digital circuit technology for maximum battery life and consistent light output. In other words, you shouldn't see any PWM with that. The light, as I said, does have memory. It's made out of aircraft grade aluminum, type 3 hard anodized, pretty standard stuff. Does have reverse polarity protection, so if you put the battery in backwards accidentally, you will not fry the flashlight, which is always a huge plus. Has a tempered glass lens to resist breaking and resist scratching, okay? It is also a double-coated lens, double-coated lens for maximum brightness and beam distance, okay? It is IPX8 waterproof. So a lot of the flashlight manufacturers have gone from IPX7 to IPX8. So instead of just being 1 meter submersible up to 30 minutes, now this is IPX8, so it's submersible up to 2 meters. And just so you know, a meter, real quick, is about 3.2 feet in our imperial system compared to the metric system. Just FYI there. You have a direct strobe function. Again, I'll show that in the UI. Focus back in there. You got the magnetic and micro USB recharging, which I showed you. And it does have an indicator light on here, right here. So red is charging and blue is charged, okay? Can mount to most weapons platforms, so very good there. It does have a low battery indicator, so if it's 30% depleted, indicator will turn red. And if it's 10% depleted or below, 10% or below, or 30% below, 30% below, it's going to turn red. 10% below, it's going to flash red to give you that extra warning that your battery is critically low. You need to replace it or recharge it. Has a no hassle lifetime warranty. And again, for those here in America and possibly even in Canada, it is really nice to have a company here in the United States, again, located in Raleigh, North Carolina, taking care of the warranty for you. So again, I don't want to diss or disrespect any of the other companies out there that I deal with in China and so forth. But again, don't get too many manufacturers here helping the channel here by sending me flashlights that are here in America. So I was very impressed with that. So that's very good to know for the North American customers here. It is 2 meter impact resistant. Okay. Comes with a high discharge 18650 lithium ion battery. Try to give you some different views here. Okay, well, I'll show you that in a minute. It can also use 2 CR123A 3-volt batteries. Okay, so you can use an 18650 or 2 CR123s. But you cannot use 2 16340 batteries. The reason for that would be the voltage would be too high because you'd have 2 batteries and the voltage would be way out of specs and probably damage the flashlight. So it's either an 18650 or 2 CR123A 3-volt batteries, okay? You do have available accessories with this. You have a red, green, and blue filter cover that you can get. You also have an offset Pickney rifle mount for it, and you do have a remote pressure switch that is also available with flashlight. So let's go ahead and take the cover off here and show you what the battery is. Does come with the 18650 battery. I'm gonna take the cover out of there to protect it so it doesn't operate in transport. All right, so let's take a look at the battery here. Powertac 3200 milliamp hour. Gosh, this autofocus, man, bugs me. Okay, 11.25 watt hours, 11 amp max. All right, so pretty cool there. All right. I don't know if you can see down there very well. You got the spring on the back here. Okay. Did not notice any greasing on the threads, so you might want to grease the threads when you pick one of these up. But it threads on there pretty smoothly, no big issue. A lot of flashlights, they don't do this. I always do like when they do put a little grease on the threading, but you can, of course, can do that yourself. So not a huge deal. But again, man, this thing is extremely grippy. The knurling on this is just wow. And this is not slipping out of your hands very easily, not without taking some skin with it. Very grippy. And I would say definitely if you're using gloves or something, you don't have to worry about this flashlight slipping out of your hands. Definitely easy to grip. Only one of the downsides I did see here is unfortunately you cannot tail stand this. Now you might be able to lean this against something. Okay, let me back up. Okay, it can kind of tail stand, but it doesn't tail stand vertically. If you can see the button just ever so slightly is just past here. Okay, so I'll take that back a little bit. You can tail stand it, but of course if you bump the table or something or whatever, it's just going to fall right over. And you could always lean it, like any other flashlight doesn't tail stand, you could always lean it against something. So it's not a huge deal. But as you know with my videos, I do always like when the flashlights do tail stand. All right, so let's go over some of the specs here. So I'm going to just go show you my chart. I think it's nice. I don't know if you guys like my charts, but I like to use these so it's easier for you to see everything. And I did this to ANSI NEMA FL1 specs. Okay. So on the 18650 battery, you got two specs here, 18650 and you got the two CR123As, okay? So Firefly, 0.64 lumens on both. Obviously with the 18650, you're going to tend to get longer run time. So 50 days on the 18650 and 48 days of runtime on the CR123A. So a lot of runtime here on Firefly. Lows, 71 lumens for 20.9 hours. And the CR123As, 71 lumens also at 10.68 hours. Mediums, 270 lumens on the 18650 at 5.7 hours. 270 lumens also for the CR123, but a runtime of 4.2 hours. Highs 1,135 lumens at 2.11 hours. The CR123s drops down to 980 lumens for 1.24 hours. You do have turbo, but turbo is only available if you have the 18650 battery in there. That's probably why they have that little insert telling you about what battery to use in here to get the max performance. So 2,550 lumens max brightness at 2.02 hours. Strobe drops down to 790 lumens. Now, yes, it drops down from 790 lumens, and I typically, as you know from my previous videos, I don't like when manufacturers drop the strobe down, the brightness. I like the brightness to be at the same as turbo, but they did drop it down here. But with that said, 790 lumens is still extremely bright and will be quite blinding to anyone if you had to strobe them in self-defense, even an animal or what have you. Strobe will run for about 4.81 hours. You also do get strobe with the two CR123As, at also at 790 lumens. Your runtime is slightly less at 4.4 hours, okay? And you have up to 197 meters of throw. So this is a all-around, I would say an all-around flashlight. You get some throw and you get a lot of flood. So it's an all-around beam on this flashlight, okay? So making it good for many different things from tactical to home use, what have you. So let's go ahead and try this charger here. If you give me just a second, I'm going to go ahead and get a USB charger. Go ahead and show you what this looks like. So bear with me for just a moment. Hopefully you guys are all going okay through this whole Corona thing. I know every time we go to the grocery store, it just seems to get more and more interesting. There's more and more things you have to do every time you go shopping. So hopefully it won't get too much worse and things will start to get better here. That's what best we can hope for at this point. So again, we all stay vigilant and safe out there. All right, so I plugged it in here. Nice thing, you do have the magnetic thing does light up. It does light up, so you can see you have it plugged in at night. And then just snaps right on there, no problem. All right. Again, red's charging, and then when it turns blue, it's fully charged. All right, so pretty nice. And the cable on this, I didn't show this earlier. The cable on this is very nice. It's nylon braided. I always like when you get cables like this are nylon braided, because the nylon braids last so much longer than the plastic coatings they put on a lot of these USB cables. So especially with like on my iPhone, I always like to get the nylon braided cables because they just last so much longer. They're so much more durable compared to the plastic ones, which over time the plastic will just cracks off and falls off. So very nice there. I like that they did that. A lot of times it's the little things that really add up to be a big deal. Also to show you that you're getting a quality, well thought out device, you know, especially in a crisis, whether it's hurricanes, tornadoes, any kind of natural disaster or anything beyond that. It's always good to have a very high quality, reliable flashlight. I would say for your first flashlight, if this is you're looking for your first flashlight, I would say that an all-around flashlight beam is the best probably to have at first, so you have some flood and you have some throw out there. So an all-around beam. This of course is more of a tactical flashlight. I would honestly say if you're going to go for a flashlight for your first one, probably get something more of a tactical flashlight. It just has so many purposes. You know, if you're just going to use it for around the house, walking the dog, checking out your backyard at night, it's great for that. If you're going to use it as a police officer, fire department, you just want something in your car ready to go in case you break down the side of the road, whatever it may be, backpacking through the woods, hunting, camping, a tactical flashlight like this can do all those things. So my thing is, if I'm going to buy a device, I'm going to look for a device that has the maximum amount of features I can get in one package. So that's just how I look at things. I don't know if I'm going to be able to take this out here. It's a little difficult to take out without... They actually recommend when you take out the magnetic charger that you use a pin or something. I don't have one here to pop this out. Let's see if I can do this. Sorry, guys. It does come out. I did take it out before. It just doesn't come out super easy, which you wouldn't expect because it is watertight. So I don't want to break it. Let me get a pin real fast and see if I can get it out. That's what they actually recommend, is like a ballpoint pen to pop this out. So it does take a little doing. There we go. It does take a little doing, but I got it off. So let me show you that. Pretty neat design. Again, it's a micro USB. And they do give you a spare one of these rubber pieces. That's what I was showing you early in the package. You can see it here, actually. Okay. And then when you take it out, you expose the micro USB. So that's pretty awesome, because I've gotten some flashlights that are just, you know, they have magnetic charging, but they don't have the option for both. And a lot of times that means you're stuck having to take that one cable with you. And a lot of us, especially if you're into flashlights, you know, a lot of the manufacturers for years were using micro USB ports. So most of us, when we take a little battery bank or something with us, we're taking a micro USB cable with us. So I like it's both. So that way, if you go out and you forget to bring the magnetic charging cable, you can just remove it with a ballpoint pen, pop it out there, and you can go ahead and charge it like you would a micro USB. And it goes back very easily. And just pops right back in there. It's got a really good seal. You don't have to worry about falling out or anything. So very good design. You can see how much it kind of took me to get it out, although I was a little bit off camera when I was trying to take it out. But it's not going to come out very easily. But if you have a little ballpoint pen or something like this, you can just pop one side and then pop the other side, and it'll pop right out. So not a huge deal. But it does, the first time you do it, it does take a little finagling. So just be aware of that, but it's not a big deal. It came out very smoothly, and it's very snug in there. So Very good. So let me go ahead and turn the camera off here. I'm going to set it up for the UI. We're going to go through the UI here on the Powertac E9R-G4, and the G4 stands for Generation 4. All right, so just hold on a moment for the UI. Okay, the UI on the Powertac E9R Gen 4. Okay. All right, so you got the tail switch, which can be used as an on or a momentary, and then you got the side switch. Okay. So we're going to start out in the lowest setting here, which is the Firefly. So you're probably not going to make out much on camera here. Just so you know, it is on. And again, remember this flashlight does have memory. To change the modes, you're going to hit the side switch here. So this is now low, 71 lumens. Medium, 270 lumens. High, 1,135 lumens. And turbo, 2,550 lumens. And you probably notice my camera is going to adjust. And we'll go ahead and check out the memory. So I'll go ahead and put it here on medium. Turn it off. Turn it back on. Goes right back to medium. Again, you have momentary, which I like. I like momentary on tactical flashlights so you can point and shoot. Don't have to totally turn it on. If you just want to check out something real fast, you can just point it and shoot it. Or you can just turn it on all the way. Okay? Now, you do have another thing I really like in the newer tactical flashlights is you do have access to instant strobe with this in your hands. In other words, you don't have to go through a whole bunch of modes with a side switch on the side to get to strobe. So this is a strobe warning for everyone. So to get to instant strobe when the light is off, you're just going to press this side button and you got strobe. Okay. Again, 790 lumens. Again, it is very disorienting. Trust me, it's very bright. Even though it may not be at turbo, it is very, very bright. So just FYI there. And I think once it's on, you can also go into strobe. Let me see if I can do this. Hold on. Bear with me here. Yeah. So if you hold it down, you go into strobe. Okay. And to go back, you just hit the side switch again. And you go back to your whatever mode you were in. So let's go up to medium. Bump it up to medium just to make sure this is going to work. Well, that's turbo. I didn't want that. Okay, there's medium. Now, say if you're on and you need to get to strobe, you just hold the side switch down for a moment. You go to strobe. To turn it back off, just click the side switch once, and it will reset back to low. Okay, that's if you're trying to access the turbo while the flashlight is on. Okay. So again, if you want to turn it off, you want to extra strobe, again, strobe warning, just hit the side switch, goes right to strobe. Okay, so let's see here. So pretty simple UI, which is usually a big plus. I have reviewed a few flashlights that are extremely complicated in their UI. And I'll be honest, while they might have some really cool features, if you're out there in the woods or having to use this tactically and you're trying to remember how to access all those different features, it can be a bit troubling in the field to try to remember that all off memory with a more complicated UI. So especially for a tactical flashlight, you want a fairly simple UI. But again, I do like instant access to strobe and the instant on with momentary here on the tail. Okay, so you just have a lot of really fantastic features. Again, thank you so much to Powertac for sending me this E9R Generation 4 tactical flashlight. Very, very impressed, Powertac, so far with this flashlight. We're going to go out next, guys, and do some beam shots outside. And let's go and get to that now. Thank you. Okay, we're outside with the Powertac E9R Generation 4 tactical flashlight, capable of 2,550 lumens. And wanted to mention, I'll put this when I edit the video. I'll put it earlier in the video in words on the bottom of the video or whatever. But Powertac is offering a discount code for all the viewers and watchers of this video if you'd like to purchase this flashlight. So I just let you know it's going to be there's going to be a link at the bottom of the in the description. And the coupon code is going to be there. It's for 40% off. And I'll also put it on here on the screen when I edit the video. So you should see that in segments throughout the video. So if you're interested in this flashlight, I encourage you to check out Powertac, their website. And if you're going to purchase it, use the coupon code and save 40% off the flashlight. So Want to say again real quick, big shout out and thank you to Powertac. So anyway, with that said, let's get to the beam shots here. So we're going to start out in Firefly. Probably not going to see a whole lot outside here. Again, it's 0.64 lumens, so just a little over half a lumen. So yeah, you're not going to be able to make that out, unfortunately, on the video. I would say this brightness level, you could walk around if you keep it close to your feet. I would say this is probably more useful for reading or maybe walking around the house and you really don't want to disturb anyone at night, because this will be much more useful indoors and outdoors at night. But you can see, you know, probably a good 6 to 7 feet in front of you if you had wanted to use this level of brightness to walk around at night. So anyway, with that said, we'll jump up to the next one low. This is 71 lumens. All right, now definitely starting to see more detail. That tree stump, just so you know, is about 50 feet away, and this closest little tree is about 40 feet away. And again, 71 lumens definitely lights up pretty well to walk around and see pretty much everything you need to see, so you don't bump into anything or get caught off guard. So very good there. Let's go ahead and bump it up to medium, 270 lumens. And again, 270 lumens will run for 5.7 hours. The 71 lumens you saw before that, that's 20.9 hours of runtime with the 18650 battery. So the canal, there's some trees across the canal here. They're about 200 feet away. I can see them with my eyes. You probably not quite make it out in the video. You can a little bit, but not as much. But it's definitely reaching the trees 200 feet away. Let's go ahead and bump it up one more to high, 1,135 lumens. Definitely lights up everything very, very well. Definitely lighting up the trees across the canal. So doing very, very well. Let's go ahead and bump it up to turbo, 2,550 lumens. Again, very, very bright. Lights up everything very, very well. Again, a very good all-around beam. You got some throw and you got a lot of spill. So an all-around good beam for multiple tasks, okay? So we're gonna go ahead and bump it back down. And we're gonna go ahead and do a strobe. Again, the strobe is 790 lumens. And so this is a strobe warning for anyone out there. There's a strobe. And the camera is not doing it justice, just so you know. It looks like a slow flash on the camera, but it is actually flashing very, very rapidly to my eye. So the camera is deceiving you as far as the flashing. It is extremely fast. So just a FYI there. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and turn the flashlight on. I'm gonna go ahead and turn it on to turbo. Take a walk out there so you guys can kind of see how it looks. So let me get up there to turbo. I'll walk out there and I'll come right back. All right, so that gives you a quick idea how the Powertac E9R-G4 does outside. Does very, very well. Again, a good all-around beam on it, a lot of throw and flood, so very useful for multiple tasks, as I've said earlier. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and end the beam shots here. And real quick, I'm just gonna take the camera out there and show you a distance shot down the side of the canal at turbo, just so you can get an idea how far this throws out there. And again, it's rated at turbo, 2,550 lumens for 197 meters. So let's go ahead and do that now. Okay, I got the Powertac here on the side of the canal. So again, I got it on turbo, 2,550 lumens. I'll go ahead and shoot it down the canal here, just to get you an idea of how far it throws out at turbo. So those trees right there, they're about 400 feet away. And then there's another clump of trees about 800 feet away. It's not quite making it down there. I can see it a little bit. I would say it probably goes beyond those trees that you can see there, which are about 400 feet away. I'd say another good 100 feet or so. So definitely a good all-around beam to check out things at night. So again, I want to say thank you to Powertac again for sending me this flashlight to review on my channel. I really appreciate them supporting my channel and offering my viewers a discount code of 40% off. Use the code PG for Precision Group 40. So PG40, and of course I'll have that on the video so you can see it. So anyway, 7-3s guys, or I'm sorry, you guys take care. That's a little ham radio jargon for you. You guys take care. Thank you so much for watching. You guys be safe during the virus thing we're all dealing with, and hopefully we'll be back to normal soon. You guys take care, and thank you again for watching. Please remember to like, share, and subscribe. Thanks again, and happy Lumens.